So I want to talk about being in the waves. So describing the feelings of being in the sea thing, I do want to talk about that because it's rarer for me than for other people, I think. And I find like something semi-alien about it, but very enjoyable at the same time. It could be an atmospheres, but if you remember, one of my early vlogs was called Atmospheres, and I re-uploaded it on my channel. And I feel like I could do like just tons of vids in that, like a series. It's just like getting your head in the space where you can remember being in a certain environment and what it feels like to be there when you're not there. Especially like people forget what air temperature their memories are and things like that. So yeah, I want to talk about that. I loved swimming in the sea. It is like something alien though. To me it's something rare. I only do it like once or twice a year. Loads of people probably do it a lot more times than me. And I just love, hitting the freshness and the coldness. When you get those first few waves hitting against your legs and then your waist, and then it feels a little bit cold, and then you dive down to your shoulders and neck to shock yourself with the cold into instantly acclimatizing yourself to it and then getting used to it. And then suddenly it all kind of goes away, and then you're in there and you're one with the water and you don't feel cold anymore. And then you like follow the rise of the waves, and then some of the waves smash into your chest. Then you start learning that they crash nearer to the shore, so you start going further out. And then you can like jump to go with the coming wave, jump at the right time, and then you can just kind of float up with it and then float down again without the splash hitting you in the chest. And it's kind of nice actually to be in a little crowd of people, like a mini crowd of people. No one knows each other. They're all just having this shared instinctual animalistic experience of like, as animals, we need to get in the water. And it's not like any other part of our normal life. We're just there, and everyone enjoys it. And they're splashing around, and it feels weird how the gravity makes you float, or you float away from gravity with the buoyancy, as it lifts you and brings you down again. And you have less gravity. It's like walking on the moon. And then there's also that fear, the fear I get with it, which is the fear increases in dark, choppy water, or like stormy water. Like, if you can't see underneath you, or the water's deep, or it's like opaque, like you might bump into a fish, or a jellyfish, or a shark, or a crab or something. Like out there, I was bumping into seaweed, and like there was hidden rocks underneath my feet as well. That's what the kind of fear factor thing is that I have going with water. There's something else I want to mention about being in the water. It's weird, when you're on a half sandy and half pebble beach, like Crackington Haven is, where there's pebbles up the beach, so when it's higher tide, the water reaches like a mixture of the sandy beach and the pebbly beach. At that point near the shore, the water picks up the smooth, kind of circular or rounded pebbles, and then just chucks them back and forth like that. But only near the shore, so when you're out swimming in it, it's great. But like when you want to come back to dry land, there's this barrier, and the barrier is the shallow water, which is just chucking pebbles back and forth and kind of rocketing them. And you try walking on them, and it's really painful to stand on. And also, when a wave comes in from the horizon to the shore, it just like chucks loads of pebbles at your ankles really hard, and then drags the pebbles back to hit you in the front of your legs, around where your ankles are. It's like, fucking hell. Some of it's a bit painful. I fell over ungracefully a couple times while trying to get out over that pebbly smash barrier. Additionally, there's also that time when you're standing on a solely sandy beach, which I noticed more when I was in Bude, where you stand on loose sand under the water, and your foot's on it, and it's like partially solid, partially kind of feels liquid, because the waves are actually snatching the granules of sand from under your feet as they pull back and forth past you. So you're sitting on this weird, it's a nice feeling, that getting massaged from underneath by this weird gloopy sand that is composed of fine granules, and it's being pulled out from under you and then put back underneath you again. Really strange.